There is something happening in sports media right now that feels wild and strange. It sounds like a whole group of broadcasters, critics, and hot take hosts are all losing control at once. Usually, when a star player has a rough time, the media talks about the game itself. But with Caitlin Clark, they are not really talking about basketball anymore. They are having a complete meltdown because she just will not disappear. They said she would fall apart. They were happy when she got hurt, and they put their careers and reputations on the line by betting that she would fail. Now that she is making history, they are breaking down live on national TV and radio. Welcome back to Basket Edge. Today we are watching the most extreme, least truthful, and most desperate anti-Caitlin Clark rant of the whole season. A radio host named Tyrone Johnson went on the Craig Carton show and had an all-time meltdown. It was not just a bad opinion. It was a full collapse of logic, a personal attack on values, and a desperate try to stay important while the world moves on without him. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We are about to show exactly how the Clark hate machine is starting to tear itself apart.
And the substitutes in the room, the kids start acting up. As soon as the substitute teacher walks in, the kids start misbehaving, doing all types of mischievous stuff. That's what we have right now on the Craig Carton show. Craig Carton's...
Let's get right to the crazy part. Only 40 seconds into his segment, Tyrone Johnson said Caitlin Clark's career was already over. He did not say she was just having a bad week. He said it was over. Let me repeat his opening words because you need to hear how ridiculous this was. Quote, "The Caitlin Clark thing is over because she is not the best player in the WNBA. She is not the best guard in the WNBA. She is not even the best guard from her college class because that is Paige Bueckers who plays for Dallas who beat them in the season opener." This could be a situation where we look back on Caitlin Clark and we are not going to look back on her like she is Michael Jordan. She is Jeremy Lin. This is just Lin's sanity. End quote. Think about that for a second. He called a first-team All-WNBA rookie Jeremy Lin. He called a once-in-a-generation scorer just a short-lived trend. And he said all this while getting the basic facts wrong. Paige Bueckers was not even in the same draft class as Caitlin Clark. She is still a college player. The host wanted to tear Clark down so badly that he could not even keep the player classes straight.
Hurt this man's feelings. She walks out with Morgan Wallen at a concert. It hurt this man's feelings so much, he thought to himself, how can I take a jab at Caitlin Clark? How can I take a shot at CC22? I know what I'll do. I'll compare her to Lin Sanity. I'll put her and Jeremy Lin in the same conversation. You can't make this stuff up.
The Caitlin Clark thing is over because she's not the best player in the WNBA. She's not the best guard.
Let's tear apart the Lin Sanity comparison right now because it is the perfect example of lazy thinking. Jeremy Lin had an amazing 17-game run with the New York Knicks in 2012. He averaged 20.7 points and 8.5 assists during that month. It was a real moment. But after those 17 games, he became a good role player who never made an all-star team. Now let's look at the truth about Caitlin Clark. In her rookie season alone, she averaged 19.2 points and 8.4 assists. Not over 17 games, but over 40 games. She won Rookie of the Year by a unanimous vote. She made the All-WNBA first team, which means she was one of the top 5 players in the world. She finished 4th in MVP voting. She led the whole league in assists. Jeremy Lin had a moment. Caitlin Clark changed the whole money-making model of a professional sport. According to a finance professor at Indiana University, Caitlin Clark was responsible for 26.5% of all WNBA economic activity last year. You do not compare an economic engine to a 17-game hot streak. It is not just wrong. It is an insult to the intelligence of every basketball fan watching. Scouting report.
Couldn't be further than Jeremy Lin. As soon as Jeremy Lin was #1 on the team scouting report, what did the Miami Heat do? What did LeBron James and company do to him? Sit down, little boy, and take your 8 points. This thing, it's over here. We're gonna stop that right now. And from that moment, Lin Sanity ceased to exist. Lin Sanity only had 2 more 20-point games the rest of that season.
But Tyrone Johnson did not stop with bad basketball takes. He went further. He got political. He attacked her character because he knew he could not beat her on the stat sheet. Quote, "She is going to fumble this. And it is because of two things. She chose to show up with Morgan Wallen. Morgan Wallen uses the N-word freely. He says it more than I do. And I am black. And her bitching and moaning to the refs nonstop." End quote. Look at what happened here. This is a values attack meant to hurt her cultural appeal. What does going to a Morgan Wallen concert have to do with her ability to run an offense or hit a logo three? Absolutely nothing. But when you are desperate to see someone fail, you stop watching the court and start watching their concert tickets. And then, there is the complaint about her bitching and moaning to the refs. This is the most hypocritical attack there is. Every superstar in basketball history, from Michael Jordan to LeBron James to Diana Taurasi, talks to the referees. It is part of their competitive fire. But when Clark does it, Johnson calls it a character flaw. It is a double standard built on a desperate need to find something, anything, to use against her.
Her whole entire average, each season for her career. Caitlin Clark's ability to play make puts her above Paige Bueckers. Neither are good defenders. Paige Bueckers is also allowed to play her game, the Kevin Durant-y game. Caitlin Clark, not even allowed to play her brand of basketball, is forced to play within a system that doesn't best suit her, and she still put up 27-6.
Nobody is talking about what this rant really showed. Johnson did not pick apart Clark's game. Clark got inside Johnson's head. The fact that a 40-year-old radio host used his valuable airtime to attack a 24-year-old athlete after just one regular season game is the clearest proof that he is obsessed. This is not analysis. It is a complaint. It is the sound of a man filled with frustration because Caitlin Clark is still the most popular and most influential player in the game, even though people like him keep trying to push her aside. He wanted to say her career was finished after one bad shooting night. She made 2 of 9 threes. She had 5 turnovers. She missed a late shot. A fair analyst would talk about those 5 turnovers. They would talk about the offensive system. They would offer helpful criticism. But Johnson did not want to be helpful. He wanted to act like he was seeing and calling for her downfall.
What NBA records did Jeremy Lin break? She only has the best rookie year ever, and her points, rebounds, and assists have never been matched by any guard in NBA history. She played an entire second year hurt, or the numbers would have been better. Jeremy Lin take is just so outrageous. It's such an disingenuous comparison. A Jimmer Fredette would have been a better comparison. But no.
And here is the biggest twist of all. Only 40 hours after Tyrone Johnson went on national radio and said, "The Caitlin Clark thing is over," the truth hit him hard. Caitlin Clark walked onto the court and became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach you 2,000 points, 250 rebounds, and 250 assists. She got into the 1,000-point club in fewer games than anyone else in league history. The Caitlin Clark thing is not over. It is only just beginning. And Tyrone Johnson is now about to spend the next 10 years watching her take over while he tries to explain why his Jeremy Lin prediction was so amazingly and embarrassingly wrong. But Johnson is not the only one. This is a bigger problem. Laurencia Moten on ESPN said the Fever played better without her. The ESPNW survey ranked her 10th. The WNBA General Manager survey dropped her franchise player ranking from 50% to 20%. They are all doing the same thing. They are betting against something that is clearly going to happen. They are watching her come back healthy, fired up, and ready to dominate. And every new milestone she reaches makes their old predictions look even more foolish. The more she wins, the more wild their attacks have to get just to protect their personal brand of doubt.
It would have been a better comparison. But no, we didn't do that. Who's a better guard from her draft class? She's literally the only one who has done anything. If you want to argue Paige is better, which I don't agree with, but at least it's an argument. Paige was drafted a year after her. Yeah, this is just rage bait, clickbait, terrible bait. She hurt his feelings. She hurt his feelings because she walked out with Morgan Wallen. She dropped 20-7. It was a mid game by her standards. Get real. First team All WNBA as a rookie, and the comp is Jeremy Lin. Some people really only talk about the W when there is an opportunity to grift. I used to think it would fade as the 2024.
Basket Edge is here to say what these radio hosts are too afraid to say. Caitlin Clark is the main reason this new collective bargaining agreement happened. She is the reason new teams are coming to Portland and Toronto. She is the reason games with her get 5 times more viewers than games without her. She is not just a short-term star. She is the bright light showing the future of this league. When you hear rants like Tyrone Johnson's, do not get mad. Enjoy it because you are watching a man fight to stay important in a world that has moved past his old, unfair opinions. Clark will keep making the All-WNBA first team. She will stay in the MVP talk all season, and she will keep breaking records while her critics keep falling apart. The time of the Clark haters is ending. The time of Clark's dominance is only starting. What do you think? Was Tyrone Johnson's rant the most embarrassing take of the season, or is an even bigger meltdown still coming? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you are tired of these bad faith attacks. Tap the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown of the real WNBA news. This is Basket Edge, and we are only getting started. I will see you in the next one.